Joining us now is Barb McQuade, former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan and professor at the University of Michigan Law School. Barb, does the timing feel imminent? I mean, do you think that Garland is considering something before the end of the year? Obviously, nobody has a crystal ball, but given the prosecutors that they've appointed and just the evidence that they've amassed already, do you think we could be looking at something in the coming weeks, or does Raymond Dearie the special master, have to finish his review of the potentially privileged documents before Garland can do anything?
Well, I think at the very least, they'll wait until November 22nd, which is the day that the 11th Circuit is going to have a hearing on the Justice Department's motion to just get rid of the special master altogether in that case. So that is certainly a date. That's just before Thanksgiving. It seems that this case is getting closer. They've had people in the grand jury recently. Kash Patel reportedly was in the grand jury not long ago. Those strike me as the kinds of things you do as you get toward the end of an investigation. I don't know that we'll see it before the end of the year, but I wouldn't be surprised to see charges within the next couple of months.
There's another, of course, DOJ investigation that Merrick Garland is overseeing, and that's the one into January 6th. The DOJ has subpoenaed dozens of low-level people in the Trump administration, and they've been talking about a number of different aspects related to January 6th. How does Mar-a-Lago and a potential indictment there complicate things for a potential second indictment into January, vis-a-vis January 6th, when we're talking about someone who is now effectively the Republican frontrunner in a presidential campaign?
It makes your head spin a little bit. It's always challenging for prosecutors to fight a battle on two fronts, and that does happen from time to time when someone is charged with crimes that are sort of unrelated and can't be joined in the same indictment under the joinder rules of the rules of criminal procedure. I also think that the January 6th case is still has to be a bit off. It's just a much more complex case, a little more difficult to get one's arms around. And so the Mar-a-Lago case seems pretty discreet and like it could be charged fairly quickly, as we said, maybe within the next couple of months. The January 6th case, I think, is still probably many months off. But you could have two different cases pending. Remember, Paul Manafort had two cases going, one in Virginia and one in Washington, D.C. And, sometimes you get into a little bit of a back and forth where one judge rules on one thing and another judge rules on something else that makes things a little bit difficult to coordinate. But I don't think it should stop them. I also don't think this announcement stops them in any way. We've all known since January 21st that Donald Trump would be a candidate for president one way or another. And so I don't know that making a formal announcement really changes anything. If you allowed someone to require a special counsel just because you announced for president, then any defendant could announce his campaign for presidency at any time. And I don't think we want to go down that road.
A fair point. We also know that Donald Trump will definitely try and raise campaign funds based on any potential criminal indictment because the past is precedent. Barb McQuade, former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan. Thanks, as always, Barb, for your wisdom and time.